Hello everyone, and welcome to the FeatherHill Disc Golf Course Overview 2022. I am your host, Sylvester Saucerslinger, and I am joined by my cousin and co-host Mulligan Shankshaw.
Hey there, cousin. I'm so glad you asked me to do this. This is going to be fun. Wait, did you want me to talk more? We could talk about my broken leg.
Hole number 1 comes in at 160 feet and will be a bit of a dog leg to the right. If you've got a good forehand, you can come straight through the middle here in between the two posts up towards the bridle path. And just as you get through here, see if you can hook it to the right.
Hook it to the right.
Otherwise, throw a big bomber over and get it to land back behind. You've got a good shot at a birdie.
Yeah, if you don't have a broken leg.
Speaking of birdies, anyone with a decent forehand should pick up an easy birdie on number 2 at only 140 feet, but those with just a backhand are going to struggle a little bit.
I struggle a little bit all the time, even without a broken leg.
Some folks prefer to bomb a big spike hyzer around the right side of this cedar tree, but if you can handle the low ceiling, this turns into an open hole with a precise landing.
That sounds like my ex-wife.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about my ex-wife.
Hole number 4 was finally aced for the first time at the end of March of this year, despite many close calls. The only other ace recorded on this course so far was on hole number 16, which coincidentally uses the same basket and is also 160 feet long. Hole number 5 will be a lot scarier when this pond is full of water, but at least the water carrier will be on the first half of your shot. If you can carry it straight through this hole and slide up to the pole, you're in for a birdie. If you miss that first gap, you're going to be struggling to save your par.
Yeah, I struggle to save my par on this with my broken leg.
The tee area for number 6 is nice and peaceful and shady, but if you do not get a straight shot up the path on this one, you may be in big trouble. But if you can get one in and you're a right-hand backhand player and it drifts naturally to the left, you may just put yourself right up in park position.
But I don't recommend doing it with a broken leg.
These wild Texas bluebonnets picked a perfect spot near the tee on hole number 7. This tee will be moved back on the other side of the road in the future and will add about 40 feet. It is only 200 feet right now. It's straight up the gut. If you can fly one through straight as an arrow.
That's a pretty crooked arrow.
And if you can get enough power and enough glide.
You're talking about my ex-wife again.
You could end up parking with Mulligan's wife.
My ex-wife, thank you very much, and she doesn't like to go parking, at least not with me.
The newest hole at FeatherHill, number 8, is only 150 feet, but it is a narrow gap straight through the woods. This is another one where the tees will move back about 40 feet, making it tougher than it already is, but if you can get one anywhere through here, you should have an easy birdie. Get knocked off to the side with an unlucky bounce, and you're going to be struggling to save your par again.
Hey cousin, did I mention it was my ex-wife that broke my leg?
Hole number 9 reuses the same hidden basket from number 1, but comes at it from a completely different angle. Those hoping to ace this hole try going over the top and floating one down, but there's these guardian branches that keep it from finding its mark. Most of the metal banging close calls come from skipping a low shot down the right-hand corner of this triangular-shaped gap and jumping up, usually over the basket.
You see that bench back there? That's why I sit with my broken leg after the front 9, because it's nice.
Yes, this is a good place to rest up after the front 9, or to meet up if you're only playing the back 9. Those that love their big spike hyzers love to come up and over on this one, but really if you can just go straight through this, again, a triangular gap, and just slide it right up to the pole, it should be an easy birdie. Hole number 11 is the second shortest hole on the course, but with the basket barely peeking through a tiny window, this hole can be tricky, even more so when this pond is full. Players landing their drive on the tee pad for hole number 6 can expect a reasonably unobstructed look at a birdie on this one.
You know, you keep talking about this pond that's coming in. I hope it is, but do you plan for people with disabilities? Like, a broken leg?
The gap on number 12 is again a triangular shape, but this time formed by 2 different sets of cedar trees, quite a bit distance apart. If you can thread it right through here underneath the first one and then to the right of the second one and miss that windmill.
But if you make it at the windmill, you're going to be in this pond you keep talking about, right?
You're right, Mulligan. The preferred landing area will someday be underwater, so it may be best to lay up on this one and toss one up right at the base of the basket.
Or you may just want to go straight at it and try to make it.
Yeah, that too. Hole number 13 is an odd hole that has this clump of cedars right in between you and the basket. You can go up over with a big hyzer or come around with a forehand to the left and just drop it down right in the center of the circle.
Yeah, I like how you can go to the right or to the left, but I like to go to the left because it's easier to get around with the crutches. But, you know, like my ex-wife, she likes to go to the right because, I don't know, because she's crazy. She broke my leg.
Hole number 14 is the longest hole on the course at 390 feet, and it is the only par 4. This hole was previously a par 3 with the tee located just under the twin oaks that you can see with the lighter color there in the center of your screen. So veteran players are looking to get their tee shot at least past the original tee. It is about 300 feet to the back of that yellow ceramic frog, and then another 100 feet up to the pin. Anyone who can throw 400 feet is welcome to come up and over the top. There's plenty of room to land it behind the basket, but most of us will be approaching the hole from underneath.
Yeah, especially those of us who have a broken leg.
Hole 15 sports the first concrete tee at the FeatherHill Disc Golf Course. It also requires a big arm. Need a big hyzer to get up and over the tree line and try to land it in between the two cedars right in front of the hole.
You know, this concrete tee doesn't do me any good with the broken leg. It just goes clunky. You know, you can try a tomahawk on this one, just up and over the top and make it try to land here in the middle. Is that you on the tee, cousin?
Yes, I liked the arc out of my hand, but looks like I left it a little short. Having to do the second shot through that low ceiling of those two cedars straight at the basket. I have only one time managed to bomb it over all of this and land it near the basket on the tee shot, but that is the sure way to birdie this hole.
You're my hero.
This was the look I had at it that day. It requires you firing a low straight shot straight at it, but if you miss, you're way back there in those woods.
Which is really hard, you know, if you have a, well, you know, broken leg.
Hole number 16 used to be referred to as the ace hole, as it was the only hole that had been aced with a witness around. But now that hole number 4 has been aced, hole number 16 is referred to as an ace hole.
An ace hole.
Hole number 17 is the longest par 3 on the course, coming in at 260 feet. Again, those players preferring a big spike hyzer can go big and up and over to the right. The danger there is that you have to get up quickly. The trees are tall on that side, and the wind can catch it and take you all kinds of places.
18 is a boring hole.
Agreed, Mulligan. This hole is too similar to number 9.
Yeah.
I would expect this one to be the first one tackled at the next course redesign. And there you have it, folks, the conclusion of the Overview 2022 for the FeatherHill Disc Golf Course. At certain times of year, you could see these patterns cut into the meadows at FeatherHill, but at any time of year, you can expect a good time, a good round, and to join your friends at the cantina after for a good drink.
Wait a minute. Are we supposed to wait to drink until after it's over? Hey, cousin, will you sign my cast?